right. We live? Y'all ready? We got some new people in here today. What's going on? It's a Bible study. Study with grace. A biblical truth. It's class. This ain't church. I know a lot of y'all run from church because y'all think this church, but it ain't. A dialogue. We go back and forth. You understand me? We get the truth. Hey, let everybody know we live in the group. It's time to get it. Welcome to Study with Grace. Did y'all enjoy the last Bible study? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Did y'all enjoy the last Bible study? Let's hear it. Huh? No, nobody? Devin, did you enjoy the series, part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Was you there for that? Some of it? All right, did you enjoy that? What you like about it? What you learned? What you learned?
Sin is unbelieving.
Sin is unbelieving? That's what you learned?
Oh, I wasn't done. I was getting up from more.
Oh, okay.
Unbelieving, fornicating, liars, and prideful.
All right, good job. Good job. So we talked about in that hell series. I know y'all ready. Y'all happy to get off that series, ain't you? I ain't saying you're going to go to hell no more, so you happy now, huh? But I'm going to remind you, if you don't accept Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection, the DBR, through his blood, well, we're going to need some more markers, y'all. Through the blood of Christ, guess where you're going to be? You're going to be in hell. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how nice you are. I don't care how many hours you go to work. It don't matter. If you don't run to the foot of Jesus Christ and accept his death, burial, and resurrection, you're going to be in hell. I don't care who you are. Gay, straight, mean, nice, it don't matter. Liar, smoker, fornicator. Y'all know what fornicating mean, right? Fornicating mean having sex before marriage. Everybody. If you ain't ran to the foot of Jesus Christ, the true Jesus, him, that's where you're going to be at, right in hell. Go back to my timeline and watch. You're going to burn in hell and that too going to burn. Go back and watch hell. You don't want that smoke? Go back and watch. You're going to burn in hell with your sin. That's like 15 plus videos on hell and sin and what put you there. But now we got to get to the next level. Remember we talked about grace? Like this whole year, we just been walking it down, talking about grace, faith, salvation, truth. You understand me? How to get saved, what's grace? Y'all remember all these things or what? This class, it's not church now. Bible, chapter and verse, dispensated. That's what we want. BCVD. Bible, chapter and verse, dispensated. Who know what that means? You know what that means? Tell me about
it. Every chapter that we go through, or every verse that we go through, is dispensated, meaning it's broken down the way you understand it, or you find something that's related to that. Like a reference. You pick a scripture, okay, where does this come from? You go back and find another scripture for it, and then you break it down.
Okay. Dispensated. Different point of times, reasons for different acts to different people. Who got questions? This class is not church. Your attitude don't save you. So you got to check your propensity at the door. You know what propensity means? Your behavior, the way you behave. You got to check it at the door. You feel me? Because the way you behave ain't going to get you in hell. I mean, going to get you in heaven. Because how nice you are. Nice folks going to be in hell, Darion. You hear me? Good moral people who done everything right going to be in hell. Moral. If they don't accept Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection, what? Propensity. Like the way you behave. So we talked about that. Then we talked about hell. Then we got to talk about the last days. Who know about the last days? 1, 2. The name of this series is entitled The End Day of Our Lives, Alexis. The end day of our lives. And inside of this series, we're going to break down a bunch of biblical components, you understand me, that talks about the last days, the end days of our lives. Who are ready to die? When we say die, we're not talking about getting taken off this earth. We're talking about dying to our own self and becoming alive in Jesus Christ. No, we're not talking about, oh, no, I'm ready to go die. No, we're talking about dead to yourself and alive in Jesus Christ. Because once you accept Jesus Christ, the Bible say you what? You seal with the Holy Spirit, which means you dead to the world. Meaning that you don't do the same thing the world do, Bruce. You don't move how the world do. If you see you moving how the world do, you ain't part of Christ. Straight up. You got to move how Christ tell you. And you're going to know about that today in these last days. This is the end day of our lives. In the first part of it, we're going to go in order. We're going to talk about the rapture. Who got questions? Who got questions? This class is not church. We dialogue up in here. This is not a monologue. This is not a guy up preaching. This is a biblicist. But we can dialogue. You understand me? Hey, I got a question. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. Hey, can you such and such? You understand me? Where you find that at? You can do that up in here. All right? You got the authority to interject. I object. I don't get that. That don't seem right. And we're going to go down this thing together and figure this thing out. Who got questions? Who is familiar with the word rapture? Who you know what? Who don't know nothing about none of this? I don't know about no rapture. I don't know about no end days. I don't care about none of that. I don't know about none of that stuff. I'm just here. Let me get me. Who that is? So we all know everything comes to an end one day, right? Y'all know that, right? Your job gonna come to an end one day. Your hair gonna come to an end. It ain't gonna be as full and thick. It's full and thick right now. Keep on living though. Keep on living. It's gonna come to an end. Huh? So look, we're gonna get this thing together. We're gonna talk about the end day. What is it? The end day of our lives, the rapture part. And the reason why I got to walk you through this is because this is the next step in the Bible study. We talked about what gets you saved. We talk about what you're being saved from. We talk about if you're not saved, this is where you're gonna be. Now we're gonna talk about the last days before we can get to the eternal life of heaven. We can't skip the last days and go straight to heaven. We got to talk about what leads to heaven. How many people say, man, I'm going to heaven? Or heard somebody say, I'm going to heaven. What about Have you heard somebody say, oh, they're going to be in hell, besides me? Before we get into the end time rapture, all right, I need to provide to you a end times timeline in biblical prophecy. Who confused? What you confused about? I said before we get into the rapture, all right, and we're going to go into what rapture means in just a second. Bruce, what does rapture mean? All right. So if you don't know something when you're in class, Bruce, hey, I don't know what's going on. If you don't say no, we don't know what's going on. We ain't gonna get this, and we ain't gonna never learn. We ain't gonna grow, and then guess what? You're gonna be a partaker. You were enlightened with the knowledge, and our enlightened folks that don't receive the gospel, you know where they're gonna go, right? They're gonna go right here in the head. Well, not right here, on the other side of the board in the head. We flipped the board around so the board wasn't drawed up today. Next time it'll be prepared. You understand me? So before we go into the rapture, mama, how you doing today? How you doing today, mama? You doing all right? All right. So you got to check your propensity at the door. You feel me? So before we get into this end time of the rapture, I need to provide to you an end time timeline of what's going to take place before heaven. Instead of saying biblical prophecy, I need to let you know what's going to take place each time before heaven. Y'all ready? Right now, we are in the last days. How y'all feel about that? Some of us might never get married. Some of us will. I don't know. We don't know when God's going to come back. It's our God's will. The rapture and Jesus' second coming is two different segments. The rapture and Jesus' second coming is not the same. Jesus' second coming, there's going to be a bunch of signs and stuff, earthquakes, so to let you know Jesus is coming. But they ain't got nothing to do with the rapture. All right. Who got questions? Yes.
When you go to heaven, on earth, is it supposed to be good things to do in heaven?
To be fantastic things to do in heaven. Extravagant, phenomenal, marvelous, magnificent, outstanding. Huh? So this is what the Bible has revealed about the last days. And I'm going to give you this timeline. It's going to be 12 parts. Y'all ready? You want to write this down? You want to write this down? You should have your Bible and you should have your notes. You want to write this down. If you don't have notes, get with somebody and share with them. Let's go through the timeline of what the Bible says about the last days. After the last days, then what's next after the last days? After all the last days is over, then what's next? No, after all that, then, heaven. Then we get into heaven after that. You can't skip the last days. Right? So, the end times timeline in the Bible consists of 12 key important moments. Do y'all understand? I'm gonna walk you through. We're gonna walk through this. This class is not church. We're gonna get this together. The end time timeline in the Bible consists of 12 key important moments. All right? The first thing in the Bible to start the last days, we're in the last days right now, but the first supernatural thing that takes place is this right here. Y'all ready? You ready, Bruce? The rapture of the church. The rapture of the church. That's the first key moment in the last days, supernaturally, that takes place in the last days. Who got questions? Now's your chance. Who got questions? I'm going to assume you already know what the rapture of the church is. I'm going to ask you questions in a minute. All right, who got questions? Anybody else want to know that? 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's enough. 6. How you doing today? Oh, so you know what the rapture of the church is. All right, go to the mic, tell us. State your name in school when you get up there. State your name in school when you get up there.
Alexis, I go to Plano Senior High. And the rapture of the church is whenever Jesus come down to the clouds and take all the Christians up with him.
Good job. Excellent job. The rapture of the church is Christ comes in the clouds, Bruce. He coming in the clouds. He ain't standing on the ground. He gonna come in the clouds to snatch away all those who has trusted in Jesus' death-bearing resurrection, who truly trusted in that. At this time, the people who had already died before he come in the clouds, they're going to be resurrected first. They're going to get taken to heaven too, but they're going first. If we alive and Christ come back, the ones that has died before us will be resurrected first. This is called the rapture. This is God, this is Jesus coming back from heaven to take his people off the earth so they won't be a part of wrath, because a bunch of wrath finna go on. A bunch of problems finna take place. For everybody who don't believe in Christ, everybody that don't believe in the death-bearing resurrection will not be raptured. They will be here on earth, and it's finna go down. We're gonna get in that in a minute. How it's gonna be in the tribulation period. Oh my goodness. Being in the tribulation period or being in hell is two places you don't want to be. We'll get into that later. You understand me? The rapture is imminent. Who know what imminent mean? Man, come on, we don't what this class. What I gotta say? I gotta go back to this three word vocabulary stuff y'all know. Imminent. All y'all know is 3-letter word vocabulary. Bag. Give me the bag. Wrong. I am. 3-letter words is all y'all know. That's right, about to happen. Well, I want to discuss y'all 3-letter words y'all know. Bag. I'm trying to get that bag. Cap. Look at y'all vocabulary. What's the other one? The word rapture means to be taken away, like snatched away, caught up. All right? Number 2. Remember, this is 12 points. The second one is on this end times timeline, key component parts will be number 2. After the rapture, then will be the rise of what? Who knows? Nope. The rise of the what? Start with A. Antichrist. It will be the rise of the Antichrist. This is the end times timeline, so you'll know what you're up against because you're going to be here. You ain't accepted the DBR, so you're going to be here. No, the rise of the Antichrist. What is, the rise mean what? No. Say it again. Right, they're going to gain power. In power. He's going to rise in power. After the church is taken away, which is the rapture, the Antichrist, right, is going to rise in power. It's going to be a satanic empowerment. And he will gain and control the whole world. He'll be called the false prophet. He heads up all the religious groups and put them in one. And he's going to require worship. God's people, they're going to be off the planet. They're not going to be here when this happens. When the rapture comes, the Holy Spirit will not be here no more. Nothing but evil. Nobody to stop the devil from, you know how a dog is on a chain, a vicious dog on a chain, but he can't go too far because the chain. Well, after the rapture, that chain going to be cut loose. He's going to be the wrong free. Not just him and his whole team. A third of the angels in heaven. Not including the men and women that worship him as humans. See, right now, all we got to do is believe in what Jesus did for us because we're in the grace age. But after the rapture, ain't no more grace age. You got to show your work. And he cutting off Christians' head. So saints, a lot of people that believe in Christ and who going to be living after the rapture, they got to show that they with Christ by getting their head cut off. Take the mark of the beast or get your head cut off. And some people going to say, man, cut my head off. I'm riding with Christ. Question? Yes. Go to the mic.
The mark of the beast is for like the people who don't believe, right? Like after everything, like if you got the mark of the beast, you don't believe.
The question is the mark of the beast for those who don't believe? Well, the mark of the beast is a little mark that the devil give out, the Antichrist. So you can use that mark to buy food and stuff like that.
Like I heard
survive.
I heard they doing like chips. Like if you take the chip.
Well, we're gonna say biblical.
Okay, well.
We're gonna say biblical. So in order to survive and make payments and buy things, you gotta accept the mark of the beast. That's your mark to be able to survive, feed your family, etc.
Records and all that stuff.
Also be a fantastic mark.
So it's like a temptation. Like a temptation.
You got to choose between looking at your son being hungry, right?
Yeah.
Feeding him 2 ways. And praying that God save us from this and help feed us, or get the mark and go ahead and feed your son so he can stop being hungry. And then the ones that the devil catch, he making you choose. Choose me, I'm cutting your head off. And the Bible say there are a lot of souls whose heads gonna be chopped off. Yeah, it's gonna be some people saying, it's gonna be some people like, nah, I'm chop my head off. I'm riding with Christ. But you don't have to wait and get it then. You in the grace age where Jesus did that for you. All you gotta do is believe. And trust in what he did. That is it. No, but you still won't do your thing. You think you got it. You got it under control. All right? You're going to be like, uh-oh. You're going to remember this Bible study. Dad just say, I will get my head cut off. But say, I'm not going to be here to even experience that. Because I trust in the death, burial, and resurrection right now. And how you know that? My walk, my speech, my talk, my love. You feel me? That's how you know. I'm a man that submit to Christ. I can stand my own, but I choose to let Christ stand for me. And that means I got to kill myself Who got questions? This class is not church. All right. Number 3. Remember, this is 12 components. 12 very important key components in this end times line. After the Antichrist rises into power, so we get raptured, then the Antichrist rises into power. Now that he rises into power, guess what's going to happen? It's time to start the what? The tribulation period. I couldn't just go directly into the rapture. I got to give you the timeline first. They just say, but I pray that I be gone before that part happen. I'm going to be caught up with Jesus. I'm trying to get caught up with him too. I ain't going to lie to you. That's why I stay under structure. I don't care about how I feel at all. I'm still under structure. Because I guarantee you, when you're looking at your kid and you see that he's starving, and you got this nice fake man saying, look, don't worry, just feed him here. I bet a lot of people take that mark. And you're going to be in hell. You don't want to stay in structure. Your structure don't matter to you. You care about what you feel. What you say, Mama? The mark of the beast takes place in the tribulation period.
Okay.
The tribulation period is 8 years, right? In which God's judgment is poured out on sinful humanity. It's 7 years. Right here. Y'all see this right here? This 7-year TRB, this is a 7-year tribulation period. After the rapture, 7 years where God pour out his judgment on folks. And the Bible go in deep detail about that judgment. Yes.
Yeah, but we also see not everyone.
Right. Not everyone will enter heaven.
Because they didn't believe in him. But he also said, they're going to come to him and say, Lord, you're going to save me. But he's going to say, what?
I never knew you. That's right. Them the ones that don't want to stay in structure. They talk with their mouth all day long. They cry tears. They care about how they feel. If you know Christ and you with Christ, you make the move that's required regardless of where you feel. And I can't save not now one of y'all. Sons and daughters, it don't matter who you are. I can't save you. I can just do what I'm doing now, teach you right now out of love, and hopefully you get it. What's the question? Make sure you talk loud where the mic can hear you.
In which God's judgment is poured out to what?
Sinful people.
Sinful people. Okay.
That's right.
Yep.
I mean, everyone's full of sin because everyone who accepted Christ is gone. You should be running to the structure. God, Christ, man, woman. That's the structure. Christ submit to God. Man submit to Christ. Woman submit to man. Women was created to help the man. You don't run nothing. You make men run from you. Men don't run nothing. Men got to submit to Christ. Y'all thought he run something? He don't run nothing. He got to do what Christ tell him. And Christ say, give up yourself for your wife, for her. Die. And Christ don't run nothing. Christ run what the Father give him, which make him run something. Christ run everything because he submits to what the Father say. He does nothing but what the Father tell him. Y'all see that structure? Stay in that. Or you will have your head, you will be faced with your head getting cut off. Or that's if you are just so graciously alive when God come back. Because if you die before then, you're going to be in hell. Ain't no second chance. At least you got a second chance if God come back and you're alive, then you'll be ushered into tribulation. At least you got a chance to believe in. But it's going to take some work though. Ain't no more grace. Ain't no more by believing in the DBR by grace. It's a whole nother gospel. Not only you got to believe in what Jesus did, now you got to actually work and you got to endure to the end. Because you can lose it. Oh, I believe in God. All right. We'll see. You got to better endure to the end. Because you can lose that. The grace period, you don't lose it. You sealed with the Holy Spirit. Look how easy it is for us. You don't lose nothing. You sealed. Number 4, who got questions about the tribulation period? Number 4, we got the battle. Oh, y'all gonna like this. Let me write this down. The battle of what? The battle of what?
Armageddon.
That's Armageddon? Wrong.
Dang.
What? Dog word. Dog word. Oh. The battle of Gog and Magog. Who know about that? This is after the tribulation period, there's a battle going to take place. It's called the battle of Gog and Magog. Who know about that battle? What battle is this? So this battle is going to happen in the tribulation period, right? And actually it's going to happen in the first part of the tribulation period. And it's going to be a great army, a big army from the north. Yes.
My name Devin from the Subtle High. When is the locust gonna come?
When is the question is, when is the locust gonna come? In the tribulation period. On the second part of it. It's 2 parts to the tribulation.
During the first part of the tribulation period, and what else?
So the battle of Gog and Magog it's gonna be a big war. Okay. And this happened in the first part of the tribulation period. And it's an army from the north. And it's in alliance with several other countries from the Middle East and Africa. It's this in the scriptures. It's in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. Read that chapter. Yeah. It's in the Middle East and Africa. They get an alliance, right? Indeed, so it's a great army from the north, right? And it's from the Middle East, right? And Africa, okay? And this big army attacks Israel. It attacks Israel and is defeated by God's supernatural intervention. You can read about this in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. Read it on your own time, because I don't want to discuss that today. That's further on into the studies. His supernatural power. He intervened in it supernaturally, and where God defeated them. All right? Ezekiel chapter 38, verses 1 through 39. You can read about it there. Bruce, what questions you got? Of the book? Yeah. You can read about this in the book of Ezekiel. Chapter 38, verses 1 through 39. You can read all about the battle of Gog and Magog. It go down too. It go down. Bruce, what you got? So tell me what you've learned so far. But notes, no nothing. So I'm assuming you got good memory.
No, I don't. But I'm just like going off what you're saying.
So what am I saying?
I don't remember it, but like I remember when you say it.
Give him some piece of paper. If you don't jot this down, if you don't take notes, you will not know this. You're going to be the one with your head cut off. Take notes. Write down key points. This class, this not church. This not college. This is study with grace. Huh? Well, we learn about who Christ is. The true Jesus. You know, the one that rose from the dead 3 days later. The sinless man. Huh? The Son of Man. The bright morning star. The faithful and true witness. The rock. Huh? The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. The hope of glory. So that's the fourth thing on this timeline. Let's talk about the fifth thing. Hey, when y'all read about this, y'all gonna like that. Y'all gonna like that. It's in the book of Ezekiel, and you go to chapter 38, and you read that chapter. It's gonna tell you about that battle, how God came in and intervened supernaturally.
You know what? On this earth, you know what's wrong?
What's wrong?
Our flesh.
Our flesh? What about our flesh, Mom? Go to the mic if you're gonna talk now. Go to the mic if you're gonna talk. Tell them your name and your age.
Darlene Perkins, 58.
All right.
You know what? For those who live according to the flesh, have their mind set on the things of flesh. But those who have their mind set on spirit, have their mind set on spirit. Do you know our flesh is weak? Our flesh is so weak that we do anything. We let that demon come inside of us and overtake us in the middle of the night and try to say, do this. But what you do is you pray.
Right. Yeah.
I had to pray.
That's right. Your flesh is weak. Your flesh is sinful. If you're trying to please God in your flesh, you can't. You got to worship God in spirit and truth. Let's talk about the fifth one. It's called the abomination of desolation. Have you ever heard of that? These the last days we talking about. All you know about the last days is a rapture. You don't know nothing else. Antichrist rapture in heaven. That's it. That's all you know. You ain't been to class. You don't know about no end times. All you know is the rapture, Antichrist, and God's Armageddon. That's it. You don't know about the abomination of desolation. That's one of the key important parts of the last days. So what happens here, because the tribulation period is a 7-year reign, right? The 7-year reign of the Antichrist, right? But it's split down in two. 3.5 years on this side, 3.5 years on this side. All right? On this side, the Antichrist rule in the form of a man, an actual man like me. It's going to be an actual man just like me, the Antichrist. But he's going to seem nice and peaceful. But he's not. He's wicked. He's the devil. Then what's going to happen is he's going to get killed, right? Right here in that middle, he's going to get killed. And then he's going to get brought back to life. Which is going to start a whole nother reign. And it's going to be that same man, but he's going to be possessed with the devil. So he's going to look like a man, but it's going to be the devil. Huh? So for the abomination of desolation, what's going to happen is the Antichrist, right? Midway, right in the middle, he's going to break his covenant with Israel. He's going to play like he's on Israel's side, being nice, and then he's going to break his, he's going to, retreat. What you call that? Treason. He's going to act like he's on your team. Bruce, I ain't on your team no more. He did all this as a game. He gonna turn on Israel. Traitor. And when he do that, the Jews, because the tribulation period is for the Jews, but it's gonna be a lot of non-Jews people there, here, right? Once they see that, they're gonna scatter, they're gonna run, right? Because dang, why he turn on us? Then guess what they're gonna happen when they run? Many of them gonna turn to Jesus Christ. Many of them gonna turn to Jesus Christ, and a lot of them gotta prove they work and get their head cut off, and they're gonna do it too, huh? I mean, a great persecution. Who know what persecution means? I ain't gotta talk elementary terms. Persecution. When you getting persecuted, what that mean, Bruce? Who got questions? Then after that, after Jesus wrap everybody up, then we're on number 7. Then we're on number 7. This is called, keep in mind, this is still the last days. We ain't in heaven yet. This stuff's still going on earth, the earth we on right now. This ain't going on in heaven, this is going on earth right now. Then we're going to go to number 7, which is the judgment of the nations. So after Jesus come back and wrap everything up at the Battle of Armageddon, and it's going to be nothing. It probably take half a second, if that. Get from round. That's probably what he say. It don't take much. He created everything, even the ones he fighting. And he ain't even fighting. So after that, yes, question.
Nations, what nations?
All the nations.
Okay.
All the nations on earth. Right, so this is the judgment of the nation. So this is everybody who didn't get raptured, right? They done made it through the tribulation period, right? Now Jesus is finna judge the nation. He finna judge all them people. No. Well, he gonna judge everybody. He gonna separate, and at this time, he do what's called separating the sheep from the goats. Everybody that has the mark, then the goats. And they're gonna be in the lake of fire. Because they couldn't withstand the desire of fulfilling their own the way they feel. And so they're gonna be in hell. It's that serious. It's not a game. I just don't know. I feel you're gonna be in hell. For real. So Jesus gonna come, he's gonna separate the sheep from the goats. Right? Then the sheep, which is the righteous folks, they will be escorted into the millennium kingdom, which is this, Jesus' 1,000-year reign. So after Jesus say, get out of him, it ain't gonna take long. So when Jesus come right here, the judgment, and so after he whoop up on everybody, now it's the judgment of the nations. So then he gonna separate the sheep and the goats, meaning the ones that stuck in their feelings and took the mark, or the ones that say, I'm not gonna entertain how I feel, I'm gonna follow you, Christ, I'm gonna stay on destruction. Those people will be escorted into the millennium kingdom. The goats, which ones that took the mark of the beast, are gonna be thrown into the lake of fire, which is hell. Because they never believed and trusted in Jesus Christ. Their mouth did, but their heart did not. They cared about their kids more. They cared about themselves more. Their careers, their jobs, their parents. Who got questions? Jesus said, put nobody above him. Nobody. Your mama, your daddy, your kids, yourself. Nobody. Number 8. After the judgment of the nations, this is the next key component on the end times line before heaven. The binding of who? Of who, Alexis? Somebody finna get bound up. Who that is? The devil. So after Jesus separates the goats from the sheep, when he come back, this all on earth. Binding. After Jesus, this all on earth now. After he separate his people from his non-people, right? Then he gonna bind up the devil. Meaning he gonna put him in the abyss. When we talk about the abyss, he gonna put him in the abyss for 1,000 years. So the devil gonna go screaming into the abyss for 1,000 years. Who got questions? We ain't left earth yet, y'all. Y'all see why I couldn't go straight from hell to heaven? And we're in the last days right now. The rapture can happen any moment. Do y'all hear me? Everything has been fulfilled for the rapture to happen at any second. The second coming of Christ, we don't know that. We don't know the day and time for that. That's a different segment. Who got questions? We're on number 9 now. Number 9. They just say, yep, I think I read in the Bible, his mouth is going to be like a sword. That's right. Yeah. Now watch this. Y'all ready? Number 9. After he bind the devil up, guess what time it is? What time is it? All the bad people gone. The devil gone for 1,000 years. Guess what time it is now? Huh? The millennium reign. Number 9, the millennium. This is all on earth. This is earth stuff. The millennium kingdom. The millennium kingdom is Jesus' 1,000-year reign. Jesus himself, Jesus Christ himself will come from heaven, come back to earth, and rule for 1,000 years. Jesus Christ, after he, bind up the devil, because he come back at the battle of Armageddon, then he separate the sheep from the goats, he bind up the devil. Once all the evil is gone, the righteous people ushered into this millennium kingdom, and Jesus will rule on earth from Jerusalem for 1,000 years. We'll see him like we're seeing each other. That's right. We'll see Jesus Christ physically. You get to get a physical relationship with him. How he look, I don't know. I don't even care. I don't know. He could be my height, shorter. That's now. We can't look at him now. We can't look at him now because we're in our corruptible bodies. You understand? So this is where Jesus ruled for 1,000 years. The Bible says he's going to rule with an iron rod, meaning he ain't tolerate no sin. Anybody that sin, guess what's going to happen to them? They're going to be thrown in the lake of fire immediately, alive. That's what rule with the iron rod mean. Ain't no sinning going on. It's going to be people. Now remember, we coming back with God, right? And we getting raptured. We getting new bodies, right? So it's going to be us with the glorified bodies and people with regular human bodies. Because they didn't get raptured, right? So we got raptured. In our rapture, we get glorified bodies, right? But they didn't get raptured. They had to go through the tribulation period. So if they endure to the end, they made it to the millennium kingdom, but they're going to be humans like us right now. We're going to be in our glorified bodies. So they still going to be getting married, having children, etc. It's going to be kids born during this millennium reign, who never known about nothing. Like the world going to be back populated. And so we got to govern the entire world under the rulership of Christ. Us ones that got the glorified bodies, which will be us, the grace folks. Who got questions? No, I'm saying that it's this world. The people that make it through the tribulation period, y'all listening? They're going to be humans, right? And what can humans do? Eat, sleep, get married, etc. We're not going to be humans. We're going to be in our glorified bodies where we can be at a lot of places at the same time. I don't want to jump the gun right now. You don't even want to know what kind of bodies we're going to have. And a lot of people are going to miss that body because they don't want to stay instruction. And the people in the millennium reign, they still got to be transformed into their glorified bodies. But not during the reign. Who got questions? The millennium reign is for Jesus Christ to rule the world for 1,000 years. The entire world. So it'll be all his saints from heaven, which will be us in our glorified bodies, and the people on earth that was left here that endured to the end and made it through the tribulation period. That's it.
What do you call them?
Regular humans. Just like us. Well, we're going to be a little greater than angels.
You said we're going to be greater than it?
Absolutely. We're going to judge angels. We're going to be co-heirs to Jesus Christ.
So what is
Angels are guardians, protectors, God's army. Right now, we are made a little lower than angels. We are inferior to angels right now. But when we get our glorified body and become like Christ, oh man, the Bible says we're co-heirs. You know what co-heir is?
No, like right up under?
Right up under. You got the president and the co-president. Who greater?
You said the president and the co-president? I'm confused.
All right. Look up co-heirs. Let's put this to the end. Grab your phone and look up co-heirs. Heirs. Let's put an end to this class. Deja said, yep, I also read while people is in tribulation period, the people giving birth, people go be stealing supplies and other things. Yep. What is it? They joint. All because of Christ, what he did for us, he asked, can we share his glory with him? That's why the Bible says he's the firstborn. He's the big brother. Jesus will make us like him. Under his command, though. Do y'all get this or no? You're going to be far greater than anything ever created. Because of Christ, what he did. But not greater than Christ nor God. Nowhere near it. Who got questions? Right. The last day is on earth. We ain't left earth yet. I'm just giving you this 12 key important timeline before we start the end day of our lives, the rapture. You got to know the timeline. Watch this. Once the 1,000 years is up, something else take place. Because remember, the devil, he's bounded for 1,000 years. Once the 1,000 years is up, something else take place. Y'all know what that is? The devil come back. It's called the last battle. Battle. I bet y'all like, why God, won't he just get rid of the devil and be done with this? Why are you steady letting this dude out? The last battle is at the end of the 1,000 years, Satan will be released from his prison for a short time. At the end of the millennium reign, the devil will be released for after the 1,000-year reign for a short time. And when he's released, he's going to deceive the nations once again, like it is now. And there will be a rebellion against the Lord that will be quickly defeated. God gonna quickly defeat it. And then Satan is gonna be cast into the lake of fire forever and never to reappear again. Deja says, or even the people that is sick needing medicine, a lot of their stuff will be stolen. People go be trying to rob other people, trying to survive, for example, stealing their food. Exactly. It's gonna go down. Hey, ain't no respective person during then. If I want your stuff, I'll come take your stuff. Ain't no laws. Ain't no police. Ain't no police. Ain't no come somebody say you now, every man for themselves. You think you big and tough. You think you hard. A bunch of men, a bunch of women swear they hard. You're going to get checked, crying. You don't want to get under structure. This is what you want. This is what you want. You lay up with them all day. You lay up with her all day. And you know the book tell you don't do it, but you do it anyway. Don't worry. You're going to be right there. You can be right there. Your daddy tell you this, you do otherwise. You swear it's an attack. Your son tell you this, you swear it's an attack. Well, mama.
Darlene Perkins, 58. When my son said, "What, mama?" he was talking about his own mama.
So watch this. At this last battle, at the end of days, the devil will be released. Why? Why do y'all think the devil will be released? Just real quick. Huh? But he did that in the tribulation period. Why he didn't do it again? How is it that? Here's the reason why. First of all, this 1,000 years later, right? And inside 1,000 years, many new human beings have been born. So and a lot of them don't even know. They don't know about the tribulation. All they know is Jesus Christ ruling. Ain't no sin. That lets you know that man is sinful without the devil. They don't need the devil to convince them. How are you deceived if you've been living with Christ for 1,000 years? Physically. And you still deceived. There's going to be new people, new humans born 1,000 years. A lot of humans going to be born in 1,000 years. So the earth going to be back full. Now, God let the devil out so he can see their hearts if they truly trust in my son, Jesus Christ. And a lot of them, majority of them, is not. Even then, seeing Christ ruling from Jerusalem, they're going to see things we would never be able to see in this grace age. But they're going to be used to that, though. They're going to be used to Jesus just popping up and then leaving. Bam. Just popping up. You know, you do that now. We sold. Let Jesus pop up in here right now. Y'all stopping everything. Y'all stopping everything. So he got to let the devil out for a short time. Just for a short time, not long. And then there'll be a rebellion against the Lord that will be quickly defeated. They're going to try to line up on Christ on earth. Really? Did your ancestor tell you about what he did at the Battle of Armageddon? Okay, I guess I didn't believe that. Yes. Will they be able to see the devil? He's going to be in, what do you mean? After the 1,000-year reign? I'm not for sure. It's a good question. That's a great question. I have to see. The question was, will, after the 1,000-year reign, once the devil is released, will they be able to physically see the devil like they saw him in the Antichrist, right? I'm not for sure. I got to see. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. All right. Number 11. We're chopping through this, y'all. Number 11. So after this, the devil is finally defeated. Well, he always been defeated, but this time he's thrown into the lake of fire and he won't reappear again. Jesus is going to get rid of him now. Him and all the ones that rebelled against God. You got to ask yourself this. Anybody in here rebelling against God right now? If God told you to do something, you ain't done it. Is that you? Raise your hand. And what you waiting on? You better stop playing with this. You better stop. This is real. It's not a game. You old enough to make your own decisions. Your parents can't save you. You can't save your kids. Matter of fact, you might be a little bit more hurtful because you ain't teaching. Did you get this together? Because after that, after the last battle, it's go time. Guess what that time it is? Who knows? $10 cash out. Quick.
The devil. No, cheat, no.
The great white throne judgment. The great white throne judgment. Who know what that is? The great white throne judgment. This ain't even, we ain't even got to heaven yet. This is the last days timeline that we starting with. Look.
That's what God says to you. When you say I have sinned, this the book he has in your Bible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't. I got you. Look. We started with the end day of our lives. We're starting with the rapture. Look at all we got to cover. Oh, this is going to get good. And each one of these segments might end up being about 5 or 6 videos a piece. Y'all see why I need some help up in here? Give me Bible chapter and verse dispensated. Now watch this. Brittany says she's a little scared when God showed her what she's done, right? But the great white throne judgment is for people that's in hell and or is wicked and have not accepted Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. No, that's it. If you open your eyes one day and you are in front of a great white throne, just know it is over for you. Yeah. The great white throne. All those in hell will be brought forth and all the wicked from all eras of history will be resurrected to stand before God in a final judgment. The verdicts are read, like she was saying, and all of sinful humanity is cast into the lake of fire to pay for your sins. And to pay for your sins in front of a holy God, it takes an eternity. That means forever. You don't get out. Go back to my timeline and watch all the Hell series so you'll know what you're up against.
Wait, you said it's you proving yourself for eternity?
You are paying for your sins for an eternity. Yes.
The great white throne judgment is the people for the people that's in hell. He just gonna go back and tell you like basically it's a life. Your timeline.
Right, it's your judgment. If you open your eyes and you are in front, yes, mama.
So I want to ask you a question. So standing in front of that white throne, God gonna have it written on what we done
for your entire life. That's right. Every sin you committed, and that book gonna be long.
But you said if we see that, that's done deal.
Right. Yeah. If you open your eyes and you see a great white throne, it is over for you. That's after tribulation period number 3. What's your question? Let's hear it. It's class. This ain't church. What are you confused about?
So all the people that's in hell are going to get judged again?
Right. All the people in hell is in a temporary spot. Remember, hell is going to be tossed where? So, right, but hell is like a holding spot. And it's still torment there. But the lake of fire is something totally different. Like, hell is like hell. Lake of fire is like, oh my goodness, you get the full wrath of God.
So when you get judged, like you said it's a done deal, so what's the point of still getting judged?
Because he's bringing you.
You're getting judged according to your works.
Yeah, but it's not like they're gonna go to heaven.
No, not judged as far as going to heaven and hell. No, it's right. They're just seeing what kind of punishment you finna get. Everybody ain't gonna burn the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Some people gonna burn differently, but hell is so bad, like you're not gonna be able to say, dang, they burning worse than I am. That's mercy. You're not gonna be able to do that. Everybody gonna be burning.
But doesn't it say in the Bible that everybody is not gonna be in heaven?
That everybody ain't gonna be in heaven. There's gonna be more people in hell than it is in heaven. It's gonna be way more people in hell than heaven because they want to fulfill them. They don't. A lot of people just don't believe in Christ, and you can't look. All I can do is just tell you. That's it. It's on you to make your decision and believe. And us men, us males, it's our duty to lead. It's your duty. You got to lead. You call yourself a man, it ain't just about being intimate. You got to be a man and man up for Christ, the King. If they don't believe, oh well. If they moving how they move, that's them. You continue to be the doggone billboard. Because when you open your eyes and you in front of the great white throne, that is it. Actually, it's already it for you in hell anyway. If you in hell, you know you're going to be looking forward for the great white throne. You already in hell. Well, I ain't make it. Oh, now I'm trying to figure out what my punishment is. You're going to be there forever. You're going to get a body that can withstand forever punishment with the full wrath of God. The Bible says the universe and the planet Earth is a whisper of God's power. Do you understand that? He only used a whisper of his power to create all of this in us. Just a whisper. Did y'all know that? The Bible says hell gonna have its full strength. This a whisper. Somebody gun you down with 2 AK-47s and 2 dynamites. That's a whisper of his power. That's a whisper. That's luxury compared to hell. If this is a whisper and somebody do that to you, that's luxury compared to hell when you get his full strength. You can't even imagine his full strength. I don't want to imagine.
So you know how when we get our glorified bodies, what does the people that doesn't make it to heaven get? Are they like burning their flesh?
They get new bodies too, but it's a body that can be tormented forever. It ain't a good body at all. The Bible calls the lake of fire is the second death. You die twice. Dang. When the lake of fire is called the second death. And people right now, it's people today, right now, even some of y'all maybe, are running to the lake of fire. Because you want to entertain how you feel every single day. You know what the structure is. God done told you 1,000,000 times and you started doing you. You don't suck it up and say, man, forget it. Forget it. I'm going to do what Christ said. I'm going to trust in what he did. I'm going to go from there. Nobody do that. But thank God for his grace. And he ain't came back yet. Because if he come back right now, if he come back in the next 5 seconds, a lot of y'all are out of here. You out of there. If God come back right now, 10 seconds from now, you gone. You're going to be left right here. Straight up. Because you don't want to accept the DBR. You don't want to live in structure. You want to do you. I can't save my kids or my parents. All I can do is just tell them the gospel and hopefully they believe. It's on them. They of age. Like you have no power. Do you understand that? You tell Noah to come here, it's his decision to come. He ain't got to come. Say, Noah, come here. He can look at you. You feel me? My mama tell me to come here. It's my choice to come to her. I come to her because, number one, God said honor her, so I'm gonna always come to her. And number two, I love her out of respect. But it's my decision. She don't have the decision to make for me. My son, I don't have the decision to make for my sons and my daughters. We are powerless. Stop thinking you all of that and you're not. You're going to be in hell. Straight up. Unless you run to the cross of Jesus Christ, nephew. Forget what you see. You better run to this cross. That's the truth. So the great white throne judgment, he's gonna put you, he's gonna let you know your severity of all your works you done did, and you're gonna be in the lake of fire. So if you run to this cross, Bruce, it's gonna be trouble for you. And you can't get out of it. Nobody can come save you. Nobody. Matter of fact, the people that you think gonna come save you, they're gonna be behind Christ. Rooting them on. Ain't that something? You looking at your mama now, and that, handle your business. Ain't nobody going against Christ. We done seen all this stuff. You think we finna, please. You better get it together. You better get it together. Ain't nobody finna come save you. But the good news is this, y'all, we got time. But I don't know how much time. That's why scripture say, live every day as it's your last. As if the king is coming. I mean. That's right. The Bible say that, watch this, y'all. The Bible say he's going to come like a thief in the night to some people. Why? Why is that, Darion? What does a thief in the night? What does thief do in the night? And why do they come at nighttime? They catch them by surprise. Jesus say to some people, he's going to come like a thief in the night. Don't get caught with your pants down. This ain't no play. This what he said. Yeah. But he also said the ones that digitally seek him, they looking for him every day. They're not gonna get caught by surprise. That's the rapture. We ain't got into it yet. We're gonna learn about that when we talk about the rapture. So Jesus comes twice. All right. A lot of people get this confused. You got the second coming of Christ. The second coming of Christ is when he come down to the earth and he land on the planet Earth on Mount of Olives. And when he touched down on the earth, it's gonna be a big earthquake. That's the second coming. Nobody knows when that's gonna happen. He give us signs when that's gonna happen. When you see this and when you see that, just know it's coming. All right? That's the second coming. That's when Jesus come physically and reign on earth for 1,000 years. All right? But if something happened before that, it's called the rapture or being caught up. That he gonna call us up from the clouds. Brittany, he gonna shout with a loud voice. That's what he's gonna say. Brittany, well, who's that calling me? He gonna say, come up. And you're gonna come on up. Hey! That's if you accepted this. And we know if you accepted the DBR by your actions. Every time somebody talk to you, you got attitude. Are you difficult to talk with? Are you talking out of love? You're gonna be left here. Don't worry. If you don't give yourself up, get that mess up, you're gonna be right here. Tough guy. All the tough folks. I'm friendly. Don't stand me. I'm super friendly. Yes, sir. You can whoop me. Mm-hmm. Every time you hit me, thank you, Lord. Thank you. On the way down, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that. After that, watch this, y'all. The final one. And then we done. We're not going to go into the Rapture series. When we ain't going to the Rapture. After that, after the great white throne judgment, now keep in mind, the great white throne judgment, the Bible say that everything, the universe and everything runs from the face of God. Everything burn up. So the only thing that's going to be left is the throne and the wicked people. And of course us, standing with God and the wicked. That's it. Ain't no universe, ain't no earth, none of that. We're going to be like somewhere, I don't know. There's going to be a great white throne, so it's going to be somewhere white. Right? Then watch this. Number 12, finally. The new creation. This is the last thing on the end days of our lives timeline to take place. And it's called the new creation. A lot of people ain't going to be here for that. It's going to be so many people in hell. Billions on top of billions on top of billions of people in hell. And maybe a couple million in heaven. Maybe. Because the scriptures say, Darion, the gateway to hell is broad. The road to hell. So if the road to hell is broad, this is what a broad road look like. See how broad that road is? The Bible say the gateway, the road to hell is broad and it enlarges itself. You know what enlarge itself mean? It means it's getting bigger. It also say the road to heaven is, watch this. Narrow. And few people, it say few people find it. You know why that few people find it? It ain't that it's hard to see, hard to find. No, it's just like that. That's heaven right there. Go get it. People don't want to stop their selfish ways. They want to do them. Only a few people willing to give up their own self for Christ. And that's why I don't feel going to be in, the best position. In that new creation is where God completely remakes the heaven and earth. So there's a new earth and a new heaven. And our body can withstand both the spiritual realm and the physical realm. And we're going to be able to reign with God forever. He will be with us and we will be his people. God is a spirit. So we'll be able to communicate with spirits and physical at the same time with these new bodies. And at this time, God's going to wipe away all the tears. No more pain. No more getting mad. No more debt. No more fighting the flesh. None of that stuff none of that will be there. We'll be able to operate in the spiritual realm and the physical realm. No more debt. Nobody dying. No more sorrow. No more getting hungry. No more, bad things to your body. None of that. God getting rid of all of that. Then a new Jerusalem is going to descend from heaven. Ooh, it's going to be nice, y'all. Streets made of gold. Glass gold, pure. Diamonds, sapphire, onyx, precious stones. I don't want to get into that right now. And all his children would enjoy him for eternity. You don't need nothing. Yeah. All his children will enjoy God for eternity. You know, God, the one that provided all this stuff for us, all this good stuff you're doing, you think that's good? It's nothing compared to what God is. You think you're all right playing the game. You swear you're having a good time. That's your only joy, playing the game. That ain't nothing. Who got questions? This wraps up the timeline. Okay? The timeline. The 12 key important moments in the last days of the end of times that must take place before we enter into heaven. If you die before the rapture, your body goes to the ground, your soul go to God. You go to God, your body go to the ground. You is not your body. You are looking at your body. So when you look in the mirror, that is you looking at your body. Does that make sense? Okay. I can take Bruce, put him in Darion. He'll look like Darion, but it'll be Bruce. Bruce like, oh, I gotta slim down. All right. Darion jump into me and Bruce. Oh, man. I got strong. Who got questions? I thought we was going to start the rapture today, but the timeline took way longer than I thought. We will start the rapture on Wednesday. Terry will do every Monday. He got some great teachings he will provide us on every Monday. Terry Wheeler. Terry Wheeler, T-Dub, is teaching every Monday. And he got a fantastic teachings that the Spirit of God hopefully give him to teach us every Monday. So now I'm on Wednesdays and Fridays. And Terry's on Mondays. Yeah, he'll be going live right here. Same times. 7:45. Who got questions about the 12 key important moments of the end day of our lives. Who got questions? What's your question?
When we start off on Wednesday, we're going to start off with the rapture. Can you scoot over for me?
Sure.
The rapture of the church.
That's right. We're going right here.
And you're going
And look how we got to go through.
Yeah, but you just said there might be 5 videos. So.
Right. So we're starting off with rapture.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we're starting with this rapture. This might contain 5 or 6 videos.
Are you ready for the rapture?
Okay.
This
Do
might
you hear
contain maybe 3 to 4 videos. No. Multiple segments. Bible chapter and verse dispensated. Who got questions? This class is not church. All right, we don't got no questions, and let me know that you got it all, so I can just ask random questions. Or who asks questions? All right, let's hear it. Go on up there. Get this.
The new kids gonna be born. They're gonna be born with a glorified body or regular flesh.
Regular flesh. Regular flesh. Kids that are born during the millennium reign of Jesus Christ will be born as not glorified. Good question. What's your question? Sure.
Period that we're going to be living in when God created the new heavens, the new earth. The kids and the people that's reborn then, there's not going to be no option for the devil to even be a part of their life.
That's right.
Okay.
He gonna be in the lake of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't gonna eat.
He going to be burning.
Yeah, we're gonna be straight. Like, I'm on this narrow road. I don't know. I know a lot of y'all there. A lot of y'all don't want to give up that. You're all right now. But if you 4 hours from now, when it's time to make a decision, it's time to decide, you're going to be right back here. Who got questions? You raise your hand up. All right. No more questions? Viewers, share this video. Tag a friend, comment. Go to our YouTube, subscribe. Share this video on your timeline. Share. May the grace of God be with you and our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Until next time.